day 2 of the lessons of 2021. And today I'm going to bring a wonderful friend that is in the form of a book. I haven't even met this man, but I feel I know him. Mike, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Michalovicz. I'm very sorry for slaughtering your name, Mike, but I'm loving your book, The Pumpkin Plan. This book is a business book, but his advice is actually so important for everything that you do in life. He talks about the most important asset that we have, our attention. It is not time, the most important asset that we all have, but it is our attention. What you pay attention to grows, just like a gigantic pumpkin that Mike talks about. When we have our attention divided on all different things, social media and the pasta boiling and or the parties going and the multitasking, we lose our power. So ladies, that myth that we can multitask and we can do many things at the same time, it is a myth. And it's really bad for you. What we need to do is to focus, really focus. Do you have many decisions to take and you have been postponing it because you don't dare to say no to people? It is a good time to get radical and to say, no, we stop. But now, how to decide what to stop? And this actually is the specific point that I want to get from Mike's book. Many people talk about values, but he calls them the immutable laws. So one of the premises that he talks about is that you should focus on your best customers. But how do you define what are your best customers? How do you define what are your best projects? What are your best sweaters? How are your best chairs? How are you going to decide this stays and this goes? Mary Kondo offers us the idea, does it bring me joy? But it is the same idea. It's Shintoism applied to business. How do you decide this goes? By setting your values really straight. What is important for you? Is beauty really important for you? You cannot work with the industrial kind of service that is just square. Then you go for beauty. What is important for you that is spiritual? Then you choose a customer. You know, this is really beautiful because this applies when you're selling and when you are buying. This applies for intimate relationships. I couldn't deal with having customers that are not spiritual. For me, one of my immutable laws is that I need to be around people who are heart-centered. If people are just talking about making money for making money and getting drunk for getting drunk and avoiding things, I just cannot deal with that kind of reality. I really cannot. And therefore, that's the people I attract. I attract customers who really care for, you know, their place of employment, their families. Their number one immutable law for them is their heart, their compassion. So that is what Mike means. What are the criteria? That's the immutable laws he calls. What are the criteria that will educate your decision-making to say, this stays in my life, this leaves? So one of the things that he says for him is that he cannot tolerate people who are mean to other people. And I like it because it gives you some clarity, but that I like to take it to another level. I not only cannot tolerate people who are mean, but what do I want? I want people who are kind, who care, who listen. This is more powerful. So what do you want? People who are courageous, people who dare, people who dream. And it's very interesting. Discussing this with fellow business owners, one said, I don't want to work with losers. And I was thinking, wow, do I like to work or to be around losers? Well, I don't want to work with people who are in blame. Not that they are losing, but they are blaming because they are not taking responsibility. I can work perfectly fine with somebody who is in pain and who is a loser, but who wants to step out of that, person who takes responsibility. So what I invite you to do today, to learn, well, if you want, if you're a business owner, particularly pick up this book because it's really amazing, The Pumpkin Plan. And no matter where you are in life, start thinking about what are your values, the things that are really important for you. What is important for you? What is a non-negotiable? For me, kindness is non-negotiable. Ethics is non-negotiable. But it's also very important that people are not in blame. People take the responsibility, have the courage to be responsible, no matter if they don't know how, no matter if they came from terrible trauma in their culture, in their family, they want to heal. So just think about it. What is for you? What are those values that will help you decide this project stays, this project goes? I increase this in my life, I eliminate this in my life. Thank you for being here. We are going to be, this is part of a challenge I'm giving to myself and a gift I'm giving to yours, of 30 days of lessons of 2021. I have invited fellow ladies, leaders in their own industries who are going to come. We are expecting people from Germany, from the Netherlands, from India. So keep with us, 10:30 Central European time. This is day 2. There are 28 days to go. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself.